Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Vivian from ThePaperLetterBlog, and today I'm finally back with a very often requested video, crafting without craft supplies. Now, I might have to change the title of this video because it's going slightly more in a crafting while using non-craft supplies because I am going to use a couple craft supplies, but I just wanted to do a little updated version of this because I got so much positive feedback on version 1 and 2. Today's video is going to be mainly new ideas, so if you haven't yet watched version 1 and 2, I really recommend you go do that. I will link them down below. In video 1 and 2, I've already given you so many ideas for things you can use from usually around the house or very close to home to use for snail mail when you do not have access to craft supply stores. You can use that for snail mail or for whatever other creative hobby you have. But as you can see by my super full table, I'm going to share with you today a couple more ideas, and I'm going to show you a project I'm going to do. And that being said, I already have more ideas for like limited budget craft supply videos, so if you want to see that, let me know. I would love to share some more ideas with you. I already, like I said, I'm going to do one limited craft supply project today, and then I have another idea, so I could definitely make another video. But if you guys are interested, I could even turn this into a little mini series if you like. So let me know in a comment down below, or give this video a thumbs up if you would be interested in that. Like, people ask me very often, like, Vivian, I don't have craft supply stores, like I don't have money, I don't have access to these stores, I need help. And the best tip, or probably maybe even the only tip I can give you, is actually a song lyric, and that is, one man's trash is another man's treasure. You see, a lot of the things I'm going to show you today would normally be thrown away, or would be, you know, it would probably just be lying around your house unused. So my best tip is, first of all, take a better look at the things you have in your house and or are throwing away. Second of all, visit thrift stores. Seriously, when I started, I had a few craft supplies, but most of my stuff was either like old stuff from my parents' house or from thrift stores. So really recommend going to a second-hand store and picking up some stuff. But also, one big thing I'm going to say is, the one man's trash is another man's treasure. Literally take another look at your trash, because, for example, this is something I made yesterday. You know, like those frozen pizza boxes? It's like a ristorante pizza. Do you see? This is an empty frozen pizza box, and I saw that and I realized that, as you can see, the box is folded from one piece of paper, so that would actually make a perfect cover of something. So I figured I could turn that into a flip book, duh, or a journal cover, because I've been seeing these videos from people turning empty cereal boxes into journals, but I always thought that they were way too thick for me, like way too much space, and I wanted a small journal, not a big one. So then I saw a pizza box, and that was actually the perfect size. So what I did is literally all I did is I cut this shape out of the pizza box. This was already folded, so I did not have to do that. And I covered it up with pretty paper and some washi tape. That's all I did. So this is actually an empty pizza box, and I turned it into what is hopefully going to be a beautiful journal. So that just, like, this sparked my creativity also to make another one of these videos, and I want to pass that on to you guys. Take another look at your trash and see if there's something in there that you might be able to reuse for something cool. But there's so much more, because I work as a waitress, and we have these adorable little tea boxes. These are little boxes that our teas come in. As you can see, they have like a little lid. I think they're absolutely adorable. The colors are really cute, and they even have a little see-through window. I mean, hello, they have like a little peeking window. And I do not know what I'm going to do with these. If I look over at my desk, I probably have around 25 of these empty boxes now because they're simply so adorable. I don't know yet what I want to do with them, but I think they would be very, very cute for giving like little gifts. When you decorate this and cover this all up, you can give this as like a little treat boxes. Or because of the little see-through window, it would also be really, really cute for like sequins and stuff like that, or confetti or something like that. Let me know in a comment down below what you think I should make with this. But I am definitely a little bit in love with them. I do have one in use here for like little teeny tiny die cuts that I cannot put anywhere else, so it's like a little storage box. So I am using them. I also want to decorate them and make them into something cute. So second thing is empty tea boxes. Also, empty tea bags. This is one of my favorite teas from Clipper, and the packaging is just so beautiful. I'm pretty sure I did use one of these in one of the previous videos, but I wanted to point that out because this is the tea I had last night when I was making that journal, and I definitely want to do something with that. We have more trash. We also have used gift cards. This is a used gift card from one of my favorite stores, which is Hema. It doesn't look that pretty, but I've seen people use these as on-the-go washi tape sample holder. Just like this, you could wrap your washi tape around it and it should be very easy to remove because it has like a little bit of a plastic cover. Your washi tape shouldn't stick to this, so that should be really, really good for on-the-go washi tapes or for sending washi tape samples to a pen pal. And what is also nice is that a lot of agendas and planners nowadays have spots that will fit little credit cards, so this would fit in most planners, I guess. But I do wanna do that DIY at the end, so I'm gonna have to. Next up, I went to Action, which is not technically a craft supply store, but I found beautiful, is this yarn? I think it's yarn because it changes color, which is something I find so cool. This goes from white to light pink to dark pink, back to light pink. So this is very beautiful, but yarn is also something you can find in so many homes. If I were to go into my grandma's closet, I could find maybe not pink, but definitely a ton of yarn. Also, I know that a lot of thrift stores sell yarn as well. So go find some yarn. You could use this to make tassels or to wrap up gifts and letters, or simply to put a cute little bow on something. Speaking of yarn and sewing supplies, this is a whole roll of tracing paper. Now I will roll it out a little bit so that you can see. I hope you can see, the light is not great, but it's slightly see-through. You can see through it a little bit, which makes it look a lot like vellum or parchment paper. Vellum and parchment paper is very expensive. Tracing paper is not. I bought this whole roll, which is like, I don't know how many meters, for €2.50. And the great thing of this is that, contrary to baking parchment, you can actually put glue or tape on this, because you can also use white baking parchment, but baking parchment has that non-stick coat, so if you put tape on it, it will just let loose, but baking parchment does not have the non-stick part. So you can use this to make envelopes, you can use this to make pockets, you can use this to make shakers, you can use this for anything you would normally use vellum for. I even have one more really, really great tip, which I saw on Instagram by my friend Emma. She might also be watching this video. Emma, thank you for the tip. I saw that Emma used a printer to print a little vintage text on this, like vintage book page. So I haven't tried it out yet. I will do that in the future, but you could probably even print something pretty on here, and then you have something really, really cool, I think. So next up, tracing paper. If you're Dutch, I bought this at Hema at the sewing section, or I know that in France and stuff they also have tracing paper. Excuse me. Next up, scent sachets. Is it called a sachet? Scent bags, basically. This is a lemon and lime scented sachet. I still don't know how to pronounce it. I got this from one of my pen pals. It's really, really cute. This is one of those bags that you would hang in a toilet or in your car or in between clothes to spread a nice scent. She sent me a whole bag. You could also buy a really big bag and then turn it into smaller bags for your pen pals. If you put it in a little paper baggie, the smell will be really, really nice. Even something I've seen people do is put scented bags in between their letter writing paper so that when you take out some letter writing paper, it smells nice. Another great tip I have is to buy herbs or loose leaf tea to turn into scented sachets, such as I have a big jar of lavender, but you could also buy chamomile or something like that and turn it into a nice scented bag. Great tip. I love receiving those. Then I was talking about washi tape samples earlier, but have you ever tried putting a washi tape sample on a popsicle stick? It is light, it is cute, and it looks really, really fun. And it works really, really well because also when you put this, when you stick this in a planner, it doesn't take up a whole lot of space. Now, of course, my popsicle sticks are a little bit bigger, but you also have smaller ones. Speaking of popsicles and all things, have you ever tried looking around a supermarket? When you look around a supermarket, you might actually find a ton of things you can use for crafting, such as these very cute, adorable paper straws. I've seen people turn very pretty paper straws into, for example, like little rosette ones. Like you could put something on top of this, or you could just simply add this as decoration, or you could make a medal out of this or something cute. So next up, look for paper straws. I really, really would like to ask you guys, if I can ask for a favor, please look for paper straws and not plastic ones, because that's very, very wasteful. And you know, you could always try and be less wasteful, but you could also look for metal straws to give as a gift, because they are reusable. So look around the supermarket. One thing I found in my supermarket is also those clear white labels, like clear label stickers that I could use to put on envelopes or gift bags or something like that. And what you can do, sadly I do not have an example right now, but what you can do is you can put stamped images on top of white or craft paper labels and turn them into really cute handmade stickers. When you layer a couple different stamps on top of each other, it gives a really, really cool effect. I'm forgetting my coffee. Of course, how could I forget? You can also send, I actually have one in my craft room at all times, just in case I want to send it to someone. Chiato coffee package. So you could send this to a pen pal and they can make your favorite coffee. And of course, you can also send them your favorite tea. Sometimes I have to admit I buy tea just because the packaging is so cute, not even because I like the flavor. So I can send that as a gift. Oh no, we're not done. You might have already seen this screaming book. I say screaming because it's red and pink, and I really, really do not like this color combination, but I'm thinking of maybe stripping this somehow and covering it with something I do find pretty. But I was talking about thrift stores earlier, and this is also a great find. I think I paid, okay, the price is gone, but I'm actually pretty sure I paid 50 cents for this. 50 cents, and it is a photo album. Now, photo albums are great because they have large, sturdy pages. This is really, really sturdy, and there's usually this separating page in between. And the reason why I like that is because I want to try and do some journaling on here, or scrapbooking or memory keeping, and sometimes you have those things that rub off, like when you have glitter or when you use something colored, it could transfer to another page, but when you use one of those separators, that's not going to happen. So you could use these for journaling. So definitely, because I've seen people use those beautiful, beautiful scrapbooking, like actual books, but they're like 20 euros or something, and I only paid 50 cents for this one in the thrift store. So my next tip look for memory keeping photo albums. I have a feeling I'm going very quickly, but I still think this video is going to be way too long. Next up, dried flowers. I already hinted at it in my last video where I showed you something that was folded between old newspapers, but I don't actually know where I left my dried flowers because these I received in PO Box mail. They are these beautiful spray painted blue dried flowers that were used as decoration. I also have my own dried flowers, but I simply cannot remember where I left them, which is so stupid. But dried flowers can be, first of all, very, very beautiful, very, very cool. They can also leave a little bit of scent in your package, which is always nice. But most importantly, what I like about dried flowers is that they can add something very, very personal, because the flowers I dried, which I know should be here somewhere, I know after I remove everything, like I put everything in a place that seemed logical at the time. Now I cannot find anything anymore. But the flowers I dried are from my parents' old house. So from our old garden, because my parents also moved. From our old garden, I picked flowers. I'm getting a little bit sentimental now, but I picked flowers from our old garden and I dried them, and then it would be very special to add those to mail, such as, you know, like, imagine making a beautiful card and saying, this is a flower I picked on our weekend trip away, or this is a flower I picked on my holiday, or this is a flower from my own garden. That just seems really, really special. So dried flowers is my next tip, and what you could do with them is put them in clear gift bags or put them in vellum gift bags. That looks really, really beautiful. But you could also use them in wax seals or in decorating. Now, you may think that this is trash, but once again, it is not, because the next thing I'm going to recommend you use is paper punches. I buy a lot of sequins, and they're all made out of plastic, which is very, very, very wasteful, and I'm aware of that. But I recently started using paper punch leftovers, such as these little circles, because let me see if I can find an example. Okay, for example, this makes a tiny little box, and what you can do is you can use this to make like a little, I don't know, decoration on the box. So it punches out all of these circles, all of these holes, and all of these X's. But I would usually throw them all away, but I recently started collecting them, because you have like punched out circles and punched out X's, which looks really, really cute as confetti or sequins. So instead of putting plastic sequins into a shaker, you could put paper sequins or paper punches in there. Also, when you use, for example, a hole puncher, here, I've got a hole puncher, tick tick. When you punch a hole into something, you're going to be left with all these circles, which you can use for, there we go, see, you can use these as sequins instead of using plastic, and they even look kind of cute. That immediately is going to be my next tip. Take another look at packaging. I've said this before, but sometimes packaging will be very, very pretty, and like I wouldn't use this to turn into an envelope or something, but I might be able to cut this out or die cut this, and it would look really, really cute. Let's say I would die cut a flower out of this. Obviously the back is going to be ugly, but you're not going to see the back if you use it for decorating. So take another look at your packaging, and who knows, you might find something very pretty. And I saw all of these confettis left over, and I found it on AliExpress. I don't remember what they're called, but sometimes you have those paper scraps that you're not going to use, and you could turn them into confetti. Because I found these little confetti making dies. We've got star shapes, hearts, we've got circles, and with these I could make my own confetti out of paper. So that'll give me an unlimited amount, an unlimited supply, and it will be very, very like less wasteful than it would be if I were to use plastic sequins. Coffee, tea, yeah, of course, like this is twine that was used to wrap something up. I'm going to reuse that for sure. I've got a patch here. This is just some subscriber mail I received. I've got a really cute patch which would also make a great gift for Happy Meal. I have got napkins. I recently started doing like decoupaging, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but I recently learned how to do decoupage napkins. I made 2 videos on that already because I got kind of addicted. It's so easy and so simple. And you don't need anything other than napkins and glue. That's literally everything you need. And maybe a brush to spread the glue. So napkins, look for cute designs. This one is really simple, but it is because I want to use it for my next tutorial. Oh yes, oh wait, I forgot. I've got more. Something you could send as, something that would be very, very cute to send as a pen pal gift is this little perfume sample. Is that what you call it? Like a little perfume sample. I would recommend wrapping this up somehow, because if this breaks, your mail is going to be damaged. But it's kind of flat, kind of light, and really I would love to receive perfume samples from my pen pals. So that's a cute little gift. I thought I would add that. But what I was actually going to talk about is when you're clothes shopping, because sometimes luxury stores will use pretty tissue paper to wrap up your purchases. But even if you do not have pretty tissue paper, you have clothes tags. Clothes tags. Like the other day I had to go shop for some festival clothes and I went to Pull & Bear, which used to be my favorite store, but damn, they have changed. And they had these adorable tags on some of my purchases. So first of all, we've got this little ombre looking tag. It's a little bit bent, but let's imagine for a second that this was perfectly intact. All you have to do is cover up the Pull & Bear and you've got an adorable little tag that you could use for decorating, for washi type samples, for address labels or whatever. So definitely take another look at those. Also, there's a little ribbon which I could definitely reuse. And then one of the pants I bought had this little, this is really fun, little postcard on them. I've never actually seen this. It's Pull & Bear by Sadie Sink limited edition, so it's a pants I bought on sale, but it's actually a legit teeny tiny postcard. So yeah, I'm definitely going to reuse that. I actually think it's kind of cute, although it has although it has the brand on it, it's still really, really cute for a free postcard. So definitely take another look at your clothing labels. But also, I went to this store Esprit, and they wrapped up my purchases in this. They had a sale, okay, otherwise I would never be able to afford something from their store. But look, this adorable bag that they wrapped my purchase in. So I'm definitely going to cut this out and turn this into envelopes, because like obviously like I wouldn't normally use this, but when you turn it into an envelope you're probably not going to be able to see that it used to be letters, so then it's just very colorful decorations, and I think that will look really, really cool. Now, have I forgotten something before I go over to my tutorial? I don't think so. Oh yes, I have actually. I don't have an example now because also like it's kind of personal, but something really, really fun for either decorating or making mail would be to use pictures. Now, I'm probably not, this is probably not something new, but using pictures can be super fun for adding a personal touch, or even for like letting someone get to know you. But a printer can be used for so much more. How about making your own tiny word stickers, your own die cuts, your own embellishments? How about printing out little templates for envelopes or cards? You can print out, you can find so much free stuff online, and you can usually print at supermarkets or even libraries. We mentioned in one of the previous videos using old books. You can use old books for the pretty illustrations that are in there, but book pages, like written books, are also really cool for using as background. Something fun would also be something fun that I've also been exchanging with pen pals is face masks, because they're really flat and you can easily turn them into mail. So now we're going over to the little tutorial part. Oh, by the way, I have one more free postcard. This is from an order I did for Craftelier, which is all craft supplies, but they gave me this free postcard, and that would also be really cute to use for decorating. But okay, onto my tutorial, because I received this sample. Samples are also really fun to share with pen pals or to make meal with. I'm kind of turning this into a pen pal video instead of a craft supply video, but okay. Samples. So sometimes you'll get free stuff. This could come with a magazine, or they can send it to you in the mail, or sometimes they hand these out on like shopping malls or something like that. And it's completely covered in like their advertisements, but this could be really, really cute. It could be a really cute little Happy Meal package if I managed to turn it into something pretty. So that's my tutorial for today. It's not really a tutorial, but I'm going to show you how I turn this ugly free thing into something pretty, hopefully. Okay, voiceover. I started speeding myself up because I got kind of annoyed with how long it took, but I'm guessing you get the basic idea. You have a like a gift box that we're going to turn into something cute. And before you guys ask, yes, I'm actually sick. I'm very, very, very sick. But because I didn't upload a video on Tuesday, I did want to upload today's video. So I'm still editing and I'm also making tomato soup in the meantime. So part of my crying sound is because I had to cut a lot of onions. But when I started making this, I had the idea to use those purple napkins and the purple tissue paper, but then you could still see the box, like the design of the box through that. So instead, I'm going a different direction, which is going to turn out super cool. Pat on my own shoulder. But I'm going to use that music paper and that napkin with the birds on it, which is very cool. And then when you want to make decoupage glue, I think, yeah, it's best probably to Google it, but I'm fairly certain it is 1/3 water, 2/3 glue or something, and then you can make your own decoupage glue, which is just a little bit more easy to spread around than regular glue. And then you can do this decoupaging. I did 2 decoupage videos before, and then someone asked me, Vivian, why do you only put glue underneath the paper and not on top? I never actually knew that you could also put the glue, like 2 layers of glue, so I'm going to try that for this video. I don't think you have to do that. Like if you use a napkin, it would probably be totally fine if you only put glue beneath the napkin, but just to be sure, I'm going to glue the napkin as well to make it a little bit more sturdy. So what you do is, I'm of course first covering the bases in that music note paper, but then you take the napkin and you take only the top layer off, which is the printed layer, and then you're just going to carefully press that down into your decoupage glue. And I'm using a brush for that because when I do it with my fingers, it's just, I tear the napkin way too easily. So I'm using a brush. I'm using a clean brush. By the way, I did want to tell you guys, I don't know, I don't think a lot of you are still here. If you're still here, let me know. What's today's question? Do you ever do decoupaging? I'm gonna keep it simple because my brain cannot. No, let's ask a different question. I'm cooking tomato soup because I love tomato soup. And today's question, if you are still here, is what is your favorite soup? Because my sick brain doesn't really work. But if you are still here, let me know what your favorite soup is, because I'm very random today. And I do want to tell you that if I still feel like this in a couple of days' time, I probably won't have a Tuesday video either. And I'm very, very sorry for that. But there's 2 reasons. First of all, I'm obviously sick, which is not fun, and which means I cannot do a whole lot of editing and filming. But also, I have to work a whole lot, a crazy amount, because today's Friday, obviously, and then I have to work Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I'm standby on Thursday. So my first day off from now on will be Friday, so I might have to postpone. I might have to go back to 1 video a week for now. And that is because I wasn't supposed to work so much in the cat cafe anymore, but she simply doesn't have enough staff yet. So I'm quitting the cat cafe beginning November, and then I will have 1 job with a roster, with 1 roster, which will be easier for filmmaking. So I'm hoping to get my schedule ready then, because now, I don't know, I didn't upload on Tuesday, which is 1 video I missed, but it still makes me a little bit sad because I do want to upload regularly. But okay, that's all for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Let me know your favorite tip. And of course, more importantly, share your crafting without craft supply tips down in the comments below. I'm sure a lot of people will be happy to get some more tips and tricks. I know I am happy to get more tips and tricks. Okay, that's it for now. Don't forget to check out video 1 and 2, and I will see you when I see you, I'm afraid. Bye bye!